How's it going, guys? So welcome back. It is an exciting day. I got my transmission for my truck, so today we are gonna start prepping the car, getting stuff removed so we can drop the transmission tomorrow. So here we go. So as you can see, I have a list of things to do today. And first thing off, it's fucking Friday, so I'm gonna down a beer. Bear with me. It's Will, because he's gonna come back and help me out on getting this ready. We picked out Coors Banquet to drink today. And I haven't chugged a beer in a long time, so let's get this started. The next thing I need to do is remove the driveline. I'm gonna get started on that, but I have my boy Tucker here. Say hi. Say hi, bud. Say hi. I've had him in the car and it's just too hot. I'm sorry, babe, if you don't want him in here right now because he's still too young to be out roaming around by himself. So he's stuck in the little cage, but it's better than being in a car. So let's get started on that drive shaft. The first thing doing this, I need to figure out what size sockets I need because it's American and all I have is metric. But one of the things we're gonna replace when we put it all back together is my carrier bearing. If you look at this, yeah, that sucks. I've been driving it like that when it was running for a long time, even towing with it. It's kind of sketched me out, but it's driven fine. So, but we are going to replace that and the U-joints when we install everything back together. I got this little light here. It looks like these are T40s, and the other side of the drive shafts are 12mm 12-point. So I'm not too sure what size the carrier bearing is. Actually looks like two different sizes. That's weird. So I just grabbed a bunch of sockets. Bigger than that, it's probably gonna be a 19 or 20. Yeah. Yep, bigger than that. 14. 14 is that size, and it's a little dirty, so it stays up there. But I need to go get it a 19 or 20 and I'll be right back. I grabbed the 19, 20, 21. 19. Perfect. So it's 19 because I'm really bad at figuring out which size millimeter sockets everything is. Aaron always gets mad when I say it's a 14, but it's actually a 17. So we'll get to getting this off and the rear drive shaft should be out. Get the gun on this. And just like that, the drive shaft is out. I think the front drive shaft is just going to be the same sizes. I was completely wrong. Looks like they're 13s. Where'd my 13 go? But issue. Front drive shaft is moving. It's not engaged, and wondering if I could just lock the hubs in. No, I won't. Oh wait, yeah, I should be able to just lock the hubs instead of getting inside the car with my greasy ass hands and putting it into 4-wheel drive. Let's see if that helped at all. There we go. That's locked. Am I going the right way? Yep. For the front drive shaft that bolts to the transfer case, it is underneath this pan, and we aren't going to drop this until we're pretty much ready to drop the transmission. So I'm going to try to get my arm in there and loosen up the bolts so I can pull this drive shaft out. We'll see if I have any luck. Alright, so it looks like I'm getting it, but I'm only on the top bolts, so I'm not sure if I'll get the lower ones. Alright, so that's 3 loosened up. Alright, there's 4. So I'm able to get these undone and pull this drive shaft out without pulling this plate. Let's see if I can... Last bracket's off there. Alright, front drive shaft off. The torque converter off. There's a little cover here that's 10 mil. Bolts. Oh wait. Oh shit. Maybe they're not 10s. 11s? No? Oh, the problems with having an American car and only having metric sockets. But the good thing about having a truck is they're, I don't have to jack them up. Sick. I was using the ratchet end of this wrench, and with it being 12 point, it might have been just too much to try to grab onto this and get it loose. So I grabbed some sockets that are 6 points to see if I can get these loose. That came loose. Let's try this one. That one came loose. Yeah, it's just being 12 point, there's greater problems for it to strip. So if it's a 6 point bolt, use a 6 point socket or wrench. I might have... I've taken this off before, and I don't remember putting it on this tight, but like Aaron says, I put things on way too tight or not tight enough. So I've had a leak from the top of my motor for a while. I thought I got it fixed, but it's still leaking. I know for sure it's not the rear main seal because I took this off a while ago to check the rear main and it seemed fine. So one of the things we're going to do with the transmission out is be able to poke our head up from the bottom to see where it might be leaking from. It might be the turbo seals, so we'll get that checked out here once the transmission's out. The next thing I have on my list is doing the tranny bolts. So with that, I was planning on getting the top ones off and leaving the bottom ones for right when we pull the trans, because I don't want it just resting on the transmission mount. But it looks really tight in there. We'll see what I can do. If I can't get to them, which I'll probably get into them today, but I will go straight to pulling the electrical on the transmission and the shift linkage. I might be able to do this. I grabbed some of Aaron's extensions and mine. As you can see, this is really long, so I'll be able to go from the back of the transfer case and hopefully get those top transmission bolts. Actually, never mind. I might have to actually go up from the top of the engine bay to get those. Will just got here and we are gonna shotgun some beers because it is a little bit easier to down them. So let's get doing that.
Yeah, if you don't tilt it enough, it'll fucking do what I just did. Alright, well, here we go.
Looking at the engine bay, it's been a while since I've opened this hood. It's gonna be a bitch either way I try to get these top tranny bolts out, but do you see this? I gotta get around the turbo just to get those bolts. You get it? So getting these tranny bolts off is going to be more of a hassle than I thought. I'm actually going to have to remove the turbo just to get to those top bolts because I can't get them from underneath. Actually looking at them when I got a wrench on there, which is the only thing I could fit between the transmission and the firewall, I would not be able to get it from underneath. So got to remove the turbo, hopefully not too much of the exhaust housing or manifold, but a little bit longer than what I thought. Will got one of the bolts out. It was a pain in the ass. We ended up not removing the turbo because I really don't want to. But he's gonna get started on getting the other one. Hopefully there's not a third bolt up there. I'm gonna start working on the electrical. This looks pretty simple, straightforward.
Yeah, I'm glad you got the easy part.
Yeah, thanks, Will. Maybe not if I can't get these clips. Alright, so instead of trying to take out this bracket that this is two pieces on the shift linkage, I took out the nut that's right there, and there's a 2-bolt bracket right there. So I know you can't see this, but once I undo this bolt and I just pulled it off, no more bracket, and that's good. So it's in park. I'll make sure the other one is in park before I put it in, and I just need the 4-wheel drive. It is getting dark. Will struggled. It's dark though. Oh. It's 6, but it's dark. Yes, there's light in here, but it's getting dark. But Will struggled on the last bolt. We'll probably get to it tomorrow.
Or get to it
with,
tonight.
What, you want to get to it tonight?
You're gonna try to get to it also.
Oh my god. I mean, I gotta get these out, but the only bolts left are the lower ones. They're easy to get to. And to finish off the Friday, I'm gonna do a shoey. If you've ever seen Husky Situation, they invented this, I'm guessing.
They didn't invent it. It's just a thing.
It's a thing. Okay, it's a thing. Basically, you chug a beer out of your shoe. So you can check out Villains YouTube. They've done it. So I'm gonna do a shoey. So Will's gonna shotgun a beer while I do this. And it's all up to Aaron. Or no, it's not up to Aaron. He's the one that fucking gave me this list to do, so.
Whoa, you gotta watch your words on the YouTube. Dude, you tilt your shoe back. No, the other way.
Won't just leak through? It's already leaking through the front.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god, this is trash.
That's why I said it's miserable. Go ahead.
I have a little fucking tag on here, so it's just coming through.
Oh, that's for the lip.
Or not, yeah. All the beer's on the ground. He faked it.
That was great, but that's gonna do it for tonight. We will jump right back into it tomorrow morning.